Hi, my name is Sara and I am a visual artist. I've been a practicing artist for 27 years. I always wanted to do something with my hands, and I can't imagine doing anything else. I have always loved this idea of a bridge. A bridge is kind of a non-place. It's a place of travel. You use it to get to one place to another, but it sometimes hovers over different borders or different bodies of water or big deep terrains. And so it's this sort of firm structure that allows an easy traverse. And so to me, logically, having an artwork involved in a bridge just made so much sense to a lot of my own personal interests. I tend to do a lot of walking, and it's through the slow pace of walking that you really get to see your environment, and you get to see how different all these cities and how sometimes similar they are as well. Living in all of these different areas has really helped inform my understanding of the Canadian landscape and really impacted this artwork. I really wanted to incorporate a sort of national identity, being an international bridge. And I really started to look at historical maps that represent Canada. I was really thinking about that idea of taking historical map and some of that iconography and seeing if I could play with it and put it into a contemporary design. Because we're connecting with our neighbors and that there's a lot of economical trade that will be facilitated by this bridge, but also too that it's a lot of tourists as well as a lot of people commute. The title specifically was really thinking about this idea that for the tourists that we're going to be traveling to another country. So it's the other side of tomorrow, and then tomorrow will come back. As someone who primarily draws and uses collage, a lot of my work is meant to be seen up close, or at least a slow sort of read. And so to kind of think about something that needed to be a fast read really sort of challenged me, but I really enjoyed that challenge. Understanding a little bit more of the scope of the project, I really had decided that I wanted to include mapping, and it was just trying to figure out how something larger scale would work and that would be recognizable to a moving public, and that it's something that could be understood like at a quick pass, but also appreciated if there was a longer pause.
Hi, my name is Peter Nemec. I'm Chief Engineer with Res Precast. So we worked with Sara for a few phone calls and conferences beforehand. She came up with the artwork design, and we bounced back a few times, to try and tighten it up and make sure that it was something that was workable for everybody. And then we forwarded that information on. She sent us CAD files. We forwarded that on to our supplier, who CNC machined what they call a master mold, and then laid the rubber on top of that. The form liners that we're using are rubber. We gave Sara some parameters that she could work with. Then we had to work carefully with our formwork supplier out of the US to try and come up with the best method to produce the form liners. In this case, we wanted it to be as seamless as we could get it. So we made one-piece units 8 feet wide and roughly 30 feet long to do the formwork. 3 months, I would guess, from the time we sent the CAD files. We had to go through an approval process to make sure that Sara was happy with the shop drawings that they produced for us. And then, about 3 months after that, we got our rubber here. So each panel on the project gets its own individual drawing, and to produce a panel takes us roughly a day. We will set up the formwork in the morning, lay concrete down, put wire mesh and steel in the face, put more concrete, follow that up with some insulation, and then follow that up with backup concrete. We will pour it one day, and then the next day we will strip it off the floor. The panel itself is about 22 feet tall and 10 feet wide. Panels themselves will weigh about 27,000 to 32,000 pounds.
It's pretty awesome. I think that it's overwhelming right at the moment, just to see the scale, but to know that to have an artwork of this scale in my province that I grew up in is just, it's so meaningful. And the fact that so many people are going to be able to see this on a daily basis is just, it's something that I think an artist always dreams of, and it's just wonderful.